I'm shuffling off to Buffalo again. I'll tell you more about it as I go. I'm almost to Buffalo. It's about 9 o'clock p.m. obviously. And the sunset is pink, and the clouds have been glowering like Kansas when there's a cyclone. Brief bursts of rain and wind. Now it's kind of peaceful, and I saw that color, and I don't know what it's going to look like in the camera, but it looks brighter where looking up in the screen. The sky looks brighter, but I can't tell if it looks pink out on the horizon or blood purple. It's an impressive color in person. This is what it looks like at 9:30 p.m. I like that silo.
Right. Continue on South Allegheny Road.
I just don't see it. I mean, it looks great if you don't have to look right out the front. This is Darien Lake Amusement Park. You can see the roller coasters. I can see the roller coasters. It's going to be like the windmills. I can see it, but you can't. Theme park. Tell what looks good to you and what looks good to me, so I'll have to go back through and check it all out. But this looks pretty good to me right now. Reminds me of summers in Portland, Oregon. We used to play baseball until 10, and then for sure somebody'd get clonked in the head. We didn't have glow-in-the-dark baseballs. That looks pretty good. It's surprisingly light. I've been coming north pretty much the whole trip. Buffalo is farther north than Erie, where I used to live. Beautiful day tomorrow. Wednesday morning, headed towards Buffalo to drop off a load of French fries. This is a load for hire, has nothing to do with Turkey Hill ice cream or iced tea. I I saw another couple of big wrecks yesterday involving trucks. The roads were kind of slick because it was raining, and the part where Highway 15 goes up through the top part of Pennsylvania, the speed limit is 70. And coming southbound, I saw a jackknife truck, and his cab wasn't all smashed up, but it looked like he'd been going really fast. And then I showed you the wreck a couple of days ago. What I'm starting to think that is happening in life is that we are supposed to be governed. We're supposed to be like a truck is governed. Like we're supposed to keep our speed down to acceptable levels. And fear is the way to do it. Anxiety, depression, and whether we impose those things on each other, like I was suggesting the other day, whether demons do it, whether the gods do it, you know, like we're a bunch of sheep in a pasture and they're trying to make sure we don't get out or get out of hand, get out of control. I think the best way to play this game based on these kinds of ideas is to pretend that everything, or pretend, realize, make true, however you want to look at it, that everything is a game. No matter how dire things look, or serious, or depressing, it's all part of the game. And if you want to keep from being throttled, in other words, you want to keep your throttle wide open, you want to go down the highway as fast as you want to go down the highway, you have to learn how to take it all in stride, to see it for what it is. Because some people just stay small and slow. They stay governed to the speed limit their whole lives. And that's no way to live. We can choose that way, but I think when we do, it's based on fear. And if we want to open up the throttle and really fly, I think we have to figure out how to not be crashing all the time, not be leaving wreckage, especially if it harms other people. And that's the big key. That's the big point. But also not because other people are more comfortable when you're limited. Let's get everybody limitless as we go. That's a great movie if you haven't seen it, Limitless. That is the way I want to live. I have to go back and watch that again. I have to watch that every couple of years so I don't lose that vision, that perspective. It is an amazingly beautiful day here in Buffalo, Tonawanda. I'm about to go pick up a backhaul. I don't hear any more clunkings in the back, so I think they have unloaded the French fries. And I don't know what I'm picking up, but I think it's a backhaul for Turkey Hill. So instead of just being a, what do you call that? A mercenary. Instead of just being a mercenary for-hire driver, I'm working again for Turkey Hill when I go do the pickup. I have 4 hours and 10 minutes of drive time, which isn't enough to get home. So I'm going to have to stop for a couple of hours somewhere and pick up more time with my split sleeper. Somewhere between the backhaul and home, I'm going to have to stop for a couple of hours.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on William Street.
You can really see it in certain people. They have adopted a different perspective about what life means. Hippies did it. Truck drivers who wear flip-flops. You know, they have Hawaiian shirts and sweatpants. They just look at it differently about what things are supposed to be.
0.1 miles, turn left.
And you look at the way they live. Sometimes they piss people off because they just aren't doing things the way usually things happen. They
Turn
can
left
be
at the
the most
traffic light.
mellow, sweet people, but they defy the status quo. And that just shakes some people up. I know.
Turn left.
I've felt that way sometimes. I felt like I'm, offended because people do things differently than
In
I've
1/2
always done them
mile,
or
turn
thought
right
about
on
them.
I-90 East.
But that's, if we're going to rise as people, if we're going to become higher collectively,
In 1/2 mile.
we're going to all have to do that. We're just going to have to change the way we think about
In
the
1/2
meaning
mile,
of life.
turn right on I-90 East.
And for sure, what it doesn't mean is conforming and doing everything the way people expect you to. And you will, look at that person, their toes are going to get squished. You will offend people. Even if you're the nicest, sweetest person ever, and you just don't intend harm at all, you can be the most threatening person a control freak has ever seen, because you're just not controllable. Look at the buffalo.
In 0.1 miles, turn right.
A Tonawanda buffalo.
Turn right at the traffic light.
I think sometimes we categorize worries. As we're learning to be powerful and power through whatever trials and tribulations come, or challenges, we figure out that some things we've got. We can handle it, no problem. And we decide in advance that if that kind of challenge presents itself, we've got it. And that's a belief that we wire in, and it stays with us, and we don't have any need at the moment when the challenge presents itself to decide anything. It's already decided. Conversely, we have some things that we give ourselves permission in advance to freak out over. And then when those things come, we think, oh shit, uh-oh, this is going to be a problem. And maybe the point of life is to relegate all of those kinds of challenges to the other place where it's not a challenge, and we just know in advance that we have it. I think it's really important to figure out in advance that everything is smooth sailing. Everything is just as it should be, and that whatever challenge presents itself, we say in advance, yeah, got this, no problem, not going to be a big deal. Because otherwise we have always this waiting for the other shoe to drop, a sense of foreboding and dread, even if there's just one thing that we're afraid of. It's like the Boggarts, they knew when the wizards presented themselves in Harry Potter, the Boggarts could always turn themselves into that one thing they were still afraid of. So the test is when a Boggart jumps out in front of you and doesn't have anything it can do. It doesn't know what to turn into, not even a Dementor. Then you've got it. It's in the bag, and you sleep at night, and you are at peace. You never hurry or worry. You're never urgent. You've just got it. At the same time, as you train your mind not to freak out over certain things or anything, you also can train your mind to expect excellent things to happen to you. Whatever is the best for you in your life, that's what you can begin to expect. And as you expect those things, They happen. If you look at the sky right now, it's easy to believe it. As you begin to train your mind to expect good things, you also train your mind, the filtering part of it, to notice good things. And you begin then to see life as a conspiracy, not to harm you, but to help you, to bless you. So then you start to interpret everything that happens through that filter, rose-colored glasses, if you will. And pretty soon, as you expect and as you see things, you become more grateful. As you become more grateful, you turn yourself into a different person. And that new person is someone that gets what he wants. And he figures out what truly is good. It doesn't waste time wanting things that aren't actually good. This is a transformation of yourself, and it does transform your exterior circumstances. I think you can change the weather physically and cosmically. I think you can have an effect on everything connected to you, which is everything. Everything is connected to you and to me. Powerful shit. As I sculpt myself into a new person, it's kind of painful. When you look at a rock and you're going to chisel away everything that doesn't look like, what do we want? Aphrodite. We chisel away everything that doesn't look like Aphrodite. And when we're chiseling everything away in our own life that doesn't look positive, that doesn't look like it's ready to bless us and people around us, it isn't just rock. It isn't just stone. So we are invested in everything, the whole rock. We don't, or at least so far, we haven't trained ourselves to let go of the parts that don't look like Aphrodite. Our subconscious especially wants to keep everything because we're used to everything. And we think of everything as us. So in that reworking, that rewiring, retraining, there's something somewhat sorrowful about letting go of the parts of us we don't need anymore. We can't be pack rats. We have to do the cleaning. We have to put out the things that we don't need anymore. I find myself tearful sometimes and happy at the same time. I'm happy because I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more positive, more grateful. But at the same time, there's just a little bit of tearfulness, letting go of the parts that I don't need anymore. I have a feeling I've had them for a very, very long time. What do you think of this place? Bonus points if you know where it is. I'll give you a clue. I'm not very far away from New York State, but I'm not in New York State, as you can see from the sign. Here's a good clue, if you've ever been here. But this is the best clue right here. That body of water. And that damn. Here's a better look at the reservoir. And here's a better clue. The answer is the Tioga National Forest. Tioga Reservoir, Tioga Dam. I've been reading about the history. It's very interesting. And bonus points if you know the word that means the universe is conspiring to help you. I know you can't see it, but there's a bridge in the distance and there's a drain that stretches clear across the river.